There, I did it right this week.
For more info, visit Fucking stupid. That's what that is. No one cares. Nobody cares. Hello, everyone. This is Crippled Cody. You know who the fuck I am. We're back. Me and producer Mike, we're back doing another episode tonight of the Angry Cripple Show. We are going to talk politics tonight on tonight's episode. Man, this might turn out to be a very uncomfortable episode. It might be fun. It might be energetic. It might be controversial. You never fucking know, do you, with me? I'm going to be giving my opinions on this the election just a few days ago. Mike's going to be giving his opinions. We're going to be opening up the phone lines for people to call in and argue with us or agree with us or jerk us off or whatever the fuck you want to do. And we're going to talk about all of that here coming up on tonight's Angry Cripple Show. Here we go.
You must be warned before going any further. These two will and almost always find something offensive to say. So if you're highly offended, you should turn away now, because these two, what, 31 fucking views in 2 months, and you want a disclaimer? Here's a disclaimer. Hey, thanks for clicking this. We might go up to 40 next month in under a month and a half. God damn, they both should be spending their time looking for the cures of the many ailments they are suffering. Jesus Christ. Cody shops at Halloween Spirit because he thinks it's like J.C. Penney for him. Oh, wow, arms. I could use those. And Mike, sadly, has always looked like he's 45, which is finally matching his right age. So, yeah, here's a disclaimer. It's YouTube. There's much more entertaining stuff. But, okay, you want to watch this? Go right ahead. That's perfect for you. All right, on with the show, fellas. Fucking jerk-offs.
Yeah, that was a pretty good opening by him.
Yeah, I thought it was. That's why I, made sure that was in here. Yeah.
I've never actually shopped at Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, oh yeah. Did he say Spirit Halloween or did he say Halloween Spirit? I
thought he said Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, he probably did. I just wasn't sure because it seemed like maybe what do you call it? That he got the name wrong. I thought, but he probably didn't.
That's just your retardation.
It very well could be. I'm not, it's this is new software because you navigated from StreamYard.
Because Mike's a cheap bastard.
Well, I'm not paying $88 a year for that plan that we had when I can get it for $39 a year. So.
Yeah, and I can see the fucking downgrade on my end. My God.
I'll tell you what, though. You got in here first try. This was Saturday with Theo was the first try. Bless you.
I'm allergic
Saturday
to this
with Theo was the first try. I can tell. You do seem allergic.
I gotta figure out how to get this. You keep talking your bullshit. I'm gonna see if I can figure out get this chat open just in case anyone wants to come in and talk to us.
Well, I'll let you know because every time when there is a chat, you hear a ding. like a fucking ding. You'll get like a ding, ding.
Good for you. I don't trust you.
That's how I heard it the other day.
I'm only seeing it's only opening up our private chat, like where we can just talk to each private chat.
See, like
with all the guests in the in the live session.
I opened the chat and there's a live, there's a pinned, and there's a private, and live is selected right now. So, excuse me, it is connected.
What a great setup this is. I wish I could change this a little bit and somehow get... whatever. If anyone's got anything to say about our topic tonight, they can just call in.
Yeah, well, that was. I mean, I was hoping that's what would have, like, people would just call, because it's I mean, I'm not a huge Donald Trump fan. I mean, I'm really not for the left or the right. Like, actually, this year, when I got my driver's license renewed, I I changed my registration status to like an independent, because I didn't want to be like for either side, because I'm really not for either side anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's I don't really, follow just one or the other. When I was younger, I was way more on the Democratic side, but
and yes, and that's it's going to be our main topic tonight. And since now we're getting into the topic, can you take us off the screen real quick so everyone can see this very lovely background that you made?
I can do that.
Are you able to do that? Okay, you got yourself off. Now me. God damn it. Our audience and me a little bit of a different story. Put it back up there. Someone might have blinked, for Christ's sake.
No, you can't. When I take us off, they don't hear you. So anything you said, yeah, it's like StreamYard. If you leave the stream, they don't hear you.
Oh, wow. Okay. We'll do it just one more time, and then I'll come back and say what I was going to say.
Well, here, how about let me try. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Oh, I have to. All right, here. I'll remove us again, and then yeah.
All right. So, yeah, you say what you say about I'm not on the left, I'm not on the right, I've registered my ID and all that shit. I don't know. That background tells all of us a completely different story. I'll tell you how I feel. I'll tell you how I fucking feel. And
yes, tell us. Tell us how you fucking feel.
I'm going to. I never really attempted these last several months to rub it in anyone's face. But this time around, just this time around, I wasn't saying this in 2016. I wasn't saying this in 2020, but this time around, I wanted Donald Trump to win. And I'll tell you why. Just like you said just a few minutes ago, I've always also considered myself to be on the left. Maybe even the far left. I always considered myself, like if I was a voter, I'd vote Democrat no matter what, and I'd be a liberal and all that. I think when it comes to a lot of topics, I am still liberal. But nowadays, in today's world, the Democratic Party and a lot of people on the far left have just gotten so insane with like I was telling the other day in private, and I'll say it the same way here on the show. We've all been forced to live in the trannyverse for the last several years. And I think a lot of average, common sense, normal people that don't suffer from mental illness, I think we're all getting sick and fucking tired of it. I don't think it matters if you're on the left, the right, Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal. I don't think any of that matters. I think what matters is most common sense, normal thinking people don't want to be told that they have to live in the fantasy world of someone that's suffering from gender dysphoria. Now, I'm not saying, I know we talked about this a little bit in a different way on a past episode several months ago, but it's important to talk about it again. I don't think, once you become an adult, if you want to mutilate your body, that's your prerogative. Mutilate your body, put drugs into your system, call yourself completely different bullshit, one syllable name if that's what you want to go for. Fine. I acknowledge that you want to do that. I'm okay with it. I don't care. It's not my business. But with that being said, keep me the fuck out of it. And what I mean by that, don't tell me what pronouns I have to use for you. I think that the only time people should be doing shit like that is on their own accord, with their own time, rewiring their brain. I have a trans friend who transitioned from he's a biological male, and he transitioned to a trans woman, and it took me I think it took me almost 2 fucking years to go along with the new name and the new pronouns. And I wasn't doing it to upset him or anything like that. It just took me quite a while to go along with it. And that's my point. Like, he let me go along with it, like, slowly on my own accord. Therefore, I was comfortable with it because he never put me down over any of it. And I'm still going to use he, him, because I'm describing this person accurately, and he's not going to listen to this podcast, so it'll be a-okay.
Right.
You
hope he's not going to listen. You hope he's not going to listen. He may, stumble upon it.
He ain't going to stumble upon shit. No, but but the thing is like, if I'm accurately describing anybody, that's suffering from gender dysphoria, or anything that you could call it, if you want to be non-binary or anything like that, I'm gonna use accurate descriptions to describe these people. And I think, like, because for the whole summer, I was asking both sides of my friends. I have friends and acquaintances on the left and the right, and I was asking them all the same question, like, can you accept the election results no matter how it turns out? I was asking my friends on the right, could you accept it if Kamala won the election? And they said yes. It'll probably be rigged, but I can accept it. I'm already expecting it. Like, more so that type of response. But all of my friends on the left, when I'd ask them, like, are you going to be able to accept it if Donald Trump wins? And every single one, I know a lot more people on the left than I do the right. And all of them, every single one of them said, no, he's not. It doesn't even matter. He's not going to win. There's no chance he could win. It's not. I don't even consider it. And it's like, even pay attention to what's going on. What the fuck is that buzzing sound? I'm hearing a buzzing noise on my end.
You're hearing a buzzing? I'm not. I don't know what that. I wonder if it's maybe because. I don't know if it's different because you don't have headphones on. I don't know, but I don't hear it.
Okay.
I don't hear any buzzing whatsoever.
I don't know. It's weird. It's frustrating because it just started as we started our broadcast, but it's okay.
Really?
So yeah, like, I think that a lot of because this was an overwhelming win by Donald Trump. Like, he didn't he win almost all the swing states or all of them?
I don't know. I'm gonna say almost all, if not all. But I'm pretty sure it was a lot more than I think people were expecting.
Yeah, I heard that he broke the blue wall, as they call it. He won Pennsylvania, which no, that's what everyone thought he wasn't going to win. That he wasn't going to win Pennsylvania, and I think he just barely won Pennsylvania. But the funny thing is I was watching CNN almost all night that night, and
yes, so was I.
Once he won Pennsylvania, it was over, and that's what they were saying pretty much all night. Is like there's no real path for Kamala to get back to winning, possibly, like now won Pennsylvania. And man, just listening to those CNN douchebags just mope around and oh, I can't believe this is going to happen. Our democracy is going to be taken away. You guys are, everyone's a fucking idiot who really thinks that. Seriously, I have no problem saying that out loud.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll say that too. I think, and I'm sorry I cut you off, but you're right, because like Donald Trump, okay, so he's president, but he can't just all of a sudden take all this stuff away or do all, it's got to go through, stuff has to go through Congress. So, even though the government as a whole is just totally fucked up as it is, it's still got to go through Congress. So it's not like the end of the world here.
I think that, man, and I wish like we had actual facts pulled up, but I think they won the House, but I don't remember hearing if they won the Senate or not. I don't know if they won everything, the Republicans, that is.
Yeah, I know they got the House, but yeah, I don't know about the Senate.
They won the presidency, the House, but I'm not sure if they won the Senate. So the scary thing is, and let's play devil's advocate here for a minute. Like, say if Donald Trump did want to do all these scary things, like the Project 2025 thing that everyone wants to talk about. If he did want to do that, it'd be pretty easy for him to do that. And if that shit is true, yes, we are in trouble because he does. According to that, to the Project 2025 shit, he supposedly wants to cut everything: Social Security, welfare, food stamps, all the good stuff that would help all of us. That is helping all of us. And that is a scary thing. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I know for a fact he's not going to do that, but I don't think he's actually going to do all of that. That's just my opinion. I don't think it's going to get that fucking bad.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, but like that's my thing. Like I didn't vote this year either. Well, and the thing is because, the more I thought about it, it's like I saw the debates, I heard Kamala talk, I heard Tim Walz talk, I heard Trump talk, I heard Vance talk. And the thing is, I just didn't like either. I was just like, nobody said anything about really doing anything for, our group of disabled individuals and whatnot. Like it just seems like, and believe me, I'm not a fan of disabled people myself. We know this because I've talked about it or whatever. But like
no one's a fan of you, Mike.
Of course they're not. I would expect that. Nobody is. Nobody should be. That's just how it is at this point. But so I don't know. It's just like, and then I have like people that I know that are like, like last night I was talking to someone and they were like, did you do your vote? And I said, no, I did not. And he was like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Like, but here's the thing. And I told him, I said, give me a candidate that is going to be like for me or for, disabled people or whatnot, or trying to advocate for disabled people. Neither of these people were. They were more worried about like Tim Walz's trips to China during his debate and all this other bullshit that just didn't matter. Yeah. So how could I get behind that? And the same with Trump. It's like during his debate, he just talked in circles about the same shit and sometimes not even addressing questions that were being asked. It was like, it was just a shit show.
Like I seen when he was getting up in that garbage truck or whatever, and they were trying to ask him about that comedians' terrible jokes, which I thought the comedians' jokes at Madison Square Garden was fantastic. But at the same time, you shouldn't have had that happen at your political event when you're trying to win the presidency. But it didn't hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked him, they said, what did you think about that comedian that made all those racist jokes? And he goes, I don't know anything about a comedian. I don't know what you're talking about. Stormy Daniels is a liar. You know, like you're right. He deflects and gets away from the question whenever people like ask him something he doesn't want to be asked. And let me make that clear also. Like, I also am not that big of a fan of Donald Trump. I don't vote. You said that you didn't vote this time around. I've never voted. I only care about the entertainment aspect of politics. I don't really give a shit like enough to like go out and vote. At least not yet in my life. I might in the future, but like right now, I don't fuck enough to go out and vote. But
right.
Yeah, like, you know, just to put it straight out, like, yeah, I preferred Trump to win this time around. And it's like I said a few minutes ago, it's because the Democratic Party has gotten insane. They've leaned too far into the far left. They're doing too much pro, you know, trans activists and pro biological males in women's sports and, you know, and tampons for boys and, you know, just all this crazy bullshit that, again, anybody with a brain between their ears can't get behind. So I think that's partially what ruined them. I think the timing, of the immigration problem, I think didn't help. I think that bumbling Biden losing his shit before all of this was over with didn't help, and then they just shoehorned Kamala in there out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. And we talked about this off air, or at least I think I mentioned it to you off air, is that I think that the problem was, and I heard other people say this too, was that, you know, they should have just had a process where they went through and they actually like voted and elected somebody, you know, when Biden stepped down. But they threw her in because they thought she was like the next best thing. And
yeah,
I mean,
oh, half black, half Indian woman for president, going to be amazing, so progressive. Nobody wanted it. And you saw that with the election results. You saw it. Donald Trump won the Electoral College, and he won the popular vote. My God, he won. And then there was other factors that was just in the favor of Trump and not in the favor of the Democrats. Like the fact that Trump got almost assassinated and killed on live television, and he survived it. And that just, and then that iconic moment when he stood up all bloody and he was like, fight, billions of dollars, fight.
That's good.
Stormy Daniels,
see, you look really special when you do that. I swear to God, I love it.
We're gonna build a wall.
See,
but
dude, you could be crippled Trump. I love it.
But no, like, you know, that happened, and I knew it when that happened. That was just gonna make him more popular amongst especially conservatives, Republicans, you know, people on the right, and people who are in the middle. Like I knew it was gonna help him, and you know that, and you know, like I said, the immigration thing. The economy situation, and man, everything in this time around was going against the Democrats. But I really think, like I said, a lot of what hurt them was their own doing on leaning way too far into this idea that we should celebrate mental illness instead of treating it. I'll die on this hill. Like, I don't care how many people it offends. Like, I'm not okay with the idea of supporting and celebrating mental illness. Gender dysphoria, no matter how many people on the left want to say this is wrong, gender dysphoria is a mental illness. And people do deserve compassion who have gender dysphoria. They deserve compassion and treatment for their mental illness, not celebration and encouragement to go along with what the voices in their head tell them to go along with.
And the sad thing is I don't, well, not sad so much, but maybe it's like I used to not think that way. But in a sense, as I'm getting older and things like that. Like, I don't know.
Well,
Does this happen, do you think, when you age that your your thought process changes and all that shit?
Well, I mean, to a certain extent, but no, I don't think my thought process on these subjects changed just because I'm older. It's because of how forced it is. The way
Hmm.
everything was in, like, let's say the mid 2010s ish, early to mid 2010s. Yes, we all knew trans people existed. Yes, we all knew there were some people out there that considered themselves non-binary or gender fluid or anything like that. Everything, all that was fine, but that's because we wasn't all told as a country that we have to go along with it or else. That's how it
Yeah.
is now. We have to use preferred pronouns. We can't say certain words. We have to use certain words by their first letter or else. That type of shit. People, I think,
Mhm.
are getting fed up with that shit. And back before all this, the forceful nature of all of this, before that got started, it, I think people were a lot more okay with it because it was like, okay, you're on your side of the fence in life, and I'm on my side of the fence in life. Like, everything's
Mhm.
fine. But and you could do that with anything and make people annoyed with it. Like, you could do that with the handicap community, where you could make people feel like, oh, a handicapped person's coming. Everyone spread out and let them cut up to the front of the line. Like shit like that. Like, after a while, that will get on people's nerves, and that will get people to
Yeah.
rebel, to low key rebel against the handicap community. So I think
Mhm.
that's it's been lately. Like, I think most people on the down low, they see a whatever thing heading their way, whether it be a tranny or a non-binary or gender fluid or anything like that. You see an Iman Khalif coming your way, you'd rather just look the other way and get the fuck away from that person because you don't want to deal
Right.
with whatever their special little rules that they want you to follow. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
If these
Yeah.
trans people, if all these far leftoids that live in this fantasy world, if they would just keep that to themselves, I don't think we would have a problem. I don't think any of us would have a fucking problem.
Right.
And
Right.
it's the same thing with religious people. Like, you don't hear about it as much right now because, like I said, the spotlight is really on the trannyverse right now. But years upon years ago, uh, the focus was a lot more on, like, Bible thumping Christ fags, as I would call them. You'd be around a religious person, and if you said the words "goddamn," they would cut you off mid sentence, like, "Oh no, you don't GD in front of me. You
Mhm.
don't use the Lord's name in vain while I'm around." Like that type of shit. And so that's what my point is. No matter what it is, if you take it too far and try to push your own beliefs onto other people, that's what's going to cause toxicity. So,
Right.
these last shit, man, I think it's been going on. I think what actually, this is going to sound crazy. I think what
Mhm.
actually started this whole thing was Ghostbusters 2016. That's when I
Uh,
really started hearing people have a division on, well, I don't know about all women this and and all progressive that, and like, and then everyone rebelled, against that. And then there's this,
yes.
I think that's what started all of this. Ghostbusters
I
26.
still haven't. I still haven't seen it because they put Slimer with a slut, so I haven't watched it
Yeah.
yet.
Well, what the fuck have you seen even lately? Have you watched anything in the last 10 years? Or what you might as well not even
Yeah.
call your podcasting network Rabbit and Red. You don't even fucking like watch anything these days.
Oh
But
no, I watched it. I just watched Alien Romulus not too long
okay.
ago.
How'd you watch?
Yeah.
Is that on Max or what is that on?
No, I pirated it.
Oh, of course you did.
Which,
What a
but
great guy you are.
when when the disc comes out, I will purchase it in 4K.
Michael J., we're going to deport you for pirating movies. We're going to sue you for billions and billions and millions and billions and trillions of dollars.
I love when your fucking eyes go like that. It's go fucking red. It's like they're white.
We're going to build a wall.
I love it. I
Um,
love it.
but no, I think like online toxicity, about subjects like this, I really do. I remember it first starting with Ghostbusters 2016, and then it just progressed, into other small things. And then the big snowball that started going downhill was the George Floyd incident in 2020.
Right.
And you know what? And you, all of you who's listening, watching, you can have your own opinions about it. My opinion is no, he wasn't murdered by the cop. The cop had an ego problem for sure. He should have flipped him on his side for sure. But no, George Floyd died of a drug overdose. You'd fucking know that if you actually did your research whatsoever instead of just listening to the popular side of the story. I believe there's still there's a documentary on YouTube. I think it's called Fall of Minneapolis, I think it's called. It's still on YouTube. Go watch it. It shows the entire story. So if you ever want to have an opinion on the George Floyd thing, maybe you should sit your fat ass down and go watch that documentary real quick and then come back with your opinion.
Is that where you got that meme from that you posted online the other day?
No, I just found that out of nowhere. Yeah.
That was great.
No, so the George Floyd thing happened, and and then there was all these trans activist videos popping up, and one of the first things I remember seeing as far as the trannyverse thing is that guy in GameStop, and someone referred to him as sir because he was clearly a guy, and he was like, it's ma'am, like that stupid bullshit. That shit's retarded. If you're so sure that you are one thing or another, you don't need strangers to confirm that for you. That's just all there is to it. Live in your own fantasy world. Don't force us into it. So yeah, I think a lot of that pushed people away from the Democratic Party this time around and pushed them towards Trump. I do think that a lot of people who voted for Trump maybe don't like Trump, but they probably would prefer him over Kamala. And that's just my opinion. I think that's what happened.
Yeah. Well, because she's not a strong candidate. And there wasn't enough time to really build her up. But even still, I don't think you could have built her up, because I think that the masses would have never voted for a woman, let alone,
See, I think if Michelle Obama went for it, I think she would have had a good chance, because people seem to like the Obamas a lot more than Kamala. But maybe not more than Donald Trump right now, but people always like the Obamas for the most part. So I think if Michelle Obama wanted to actually do it, I think she could have had a better chance. And I would venture a guess to say that they tried. I bet they tried, but she probably turned it down for whatever reason. But no, do I think these next 4 years are going to be amazing? No. I don't think Trump is an amazing guy. I think he's just as corrupted and just as much of a liar as anybody else. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't buy into this idea that he's going to fix everything, but I do think that he's going to do better for the country in the next 4 years than the Democrats was going to. And just the weird response that I've seen on social media. This was the part where our producer, Michael J., was supposed to get some compilation videos together for us to see, but he's too fucking lazy to do so. There are people crying and screaming on their phones and then uploading the videos. There's people shaving their heads. I've had.
Where did you see that? Because I can search it right now and bring it up. Where did you see that?
I don't know.
On Facebook.
Well, because I seen it on the on channels that I follow on YouTube. Like I follow the Hodge twins on YouTube, and they showed this fat angry black girl screaming into her phone. But that's their video, and I don't know. I don't really want to play another YouTube channel's video on our video, but you could find the original video of that girl. She probably uploaded it to Twitter. She's probably dead now. She probably committed suicide for all I fucking know. Or at least changed her weed, washed her hair by this point or something. I don't fucking know. But No, there's just all these videos of people just flipping the fuck out and acting like this is really the end of the world, and it's not. It's not the end of the world whatsoever. I don't think he's going to ruin everything, and I don't think he's going to fix everything. So I don't know. Like,
Right.
it is what it is, and I don't know.
This is. Oh, wait, this is an emotional. Well, wait, this says. No, that's not the. I'm just. Why fucking Bernie Sanders? Sanders. I meant Sanders. He's fucking. Oh, here's wait, let's see. Is this dude fucking getting upset? Oh, yeah, that's that guy from CNN. That dude, you know, that Van Jones guy that was on CNN. He looks like he's crying. Oh boy.
I think I seen that
Yeah.
part live. Was that when they were showing if Kamala like outperformed Biden at all from 4 years before, and she didn't outperform him in any part of the entire country, or was that a different?
Well, this is here. You know what? Well, here, this might be different. Let me, you know what? Because I'll bring it up and we'll play it because it's and you can see if it's because I think it's different. I definitely think it's different. So here, let's
Probably is.
Yeah. That's really fun.
Making a web with.
Hold on, I gotta stop there.
Oh, what a great ad.
Dream and going there. And those people didn't deserve to be respected and held and talked to. Those are going to pay the price for whatever Donald Trump decides.
Did you
Was that all you
Well, that just did you see that? Did you see that part?
I mean, you had
Because
it
that
on
was
for
that
like,
was the
you had it on for 2 seconds. What was you trying to
I had it
show
on
us?
for longer. I had it on for
No.
longer than 2 seconds. Maybe it'll be
No,
longer in the playback. It was longer
I
for
only
me.
I only seen it for like maybe 3 seconds. That black guy started talking and then you cut it off.
Oh, that's weird because it was longer than that for me. I don't maybe it'll come through in the final version or in the actual version it'll be if we go to watch the replay of it it'll but I mean I've there's just so much. See, it's a shame that because I mean other people that I see play other YouTube channels videos on their stuff all the time and they talk about it and all that stuff. What's that hodgepodge? What's this? What is it?
The Hodge twins.
Hodge twins?
Hodgepodge. What a great show this has been so far.
Oh, isn't it? Let's see. The Hodge Twins show?
Yeah. I don't really see. There's no reason to like pull up it because we didn't have nothing queued up from the start. So
yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, I know. I saw that. Oh wow, they got. I've never heard of these guys. Who the hell are they anyway? That seems.
they're for the most part like conservatives, but they're pretty funny in my opinion. They of course have some opinions that I don't agree with, but they're funny for the most part. But yeah, they got like 3 different channels: Patriot Twins, Conservative Twins, Hodge Twins. I think that's their 3 channels. I think that they have. And yeah, just a few days ago, they showed that video of that oversized black woman just flipping the fuck out in her car. Like, why y'all hate me? You know, that's what she was. That's basically what she was doing. It was fucking
Oh
insane.
Jesus! Yeah, I know. Hold on. You know what? I need to. Yeah. That just holy shit. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, no,
Because
it's a shame you didn't take the time to find that within the last few days.
well, I don't. Yeah, I don't. What the hell is it? Hodge twins. There they are. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so maybe like if anything, just queue up the get it to the part where they're about to start the video.
Is it? Well, wait. Is it just like one video of them? It's just like one video. Like it's a. Is it just one video of them doing that, or is it in like another video? Or do they
No,
have
it's just
like
like
a clip of that?
it's just like a 10 Jesus Christ, there's no point to even bringing this up. It's just a 10 like 12-minute video where they show that clip and then they just talk about it. So you could just show that clip that they show. Or we could just move on and keep talking like people would want to hear on a podcast instead of this.
You're probably right.
Yeah, I know
But
I am.
yeah,
I should probably take over Rabbit and Red. It'd be a lot more coherent.
yes, please do. I would appreciate it if you.
Yeah. But no, things are just so weird now. And because I got a lot of liberal friends and far left friends who sometimes ask me like why do you like have opinions that you agree with the right on certain things? Like I've always thought you were liberal and all that. And I always tell them because you know the far left has gotten out of control. And if they would come back a little bit more to the center with certain topics, I think they would still have a stronghold on the vote, on people's vote for them every 4 years. Yeah, I hope Donald Trump holds true to some of his promises that he made. I do want mass deportations. I ain't afraid to fucking say that. To get the illegals out of here. And like, yes, I know. I'm not saying that all of them are bad people. I can imagine that some of them are good people, but it's not worth the risk. If people want to be in this country, they can go about it the proper way, and then they can be in this country. But yes, I hope there's mass deportations once he gets in office, and I hope that he does fulfill his promise on getting mentally ill biological males out of women's sports. Even though that doesn't affect our lives whatsoever, I still really hope that he does it because that's a fucking.
Yeah, that is kind of a little. But you know what? To go back to your last point, that's another thing that I don't know if these, that these people actually realize. People are like, well, how can Hispanics and Latinos and all that stuff vote for Trump? How can they do that when they know like what he wants to do with the deportations and all that stuff? Do these people realize that the Latinos and Hispanics that voted for Trump are here legally?
Yeah.
And maybe they just don't like the fact that there are illegal people here because they're here legally. They went through the process of, they were born here or they went through the process of obtaining citizenship or whatever they were doing. So
I think a lot of it also comes down to Trump just comes off as a lot more of a down to earth human being than Kamala did. Kamala fucking, and I know I'm mispronouncing her name. I'm doing it on purpose. I don't give a frog's fat ass what he thinks about that.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, cackling Kamala. That's what her popular name is for me. But No, Kamala, and this might not be necessarily her fault because she got thrusted into this situation out of nowhere, but she comes off as a robot when she's doing her interviews. She didn't come off as down to earth as Donald Trump does. And another factor here, I forgot to mention this just a few minutes ago, but the podcast that Donald Trump did, he went on to Joe Rogan's podcast, and that episode, I believe, got close to 30 million views in like a week, I think. Don't quote me on the exact. It got millions upon millions of views. And the interview, for the most part, I thought was great because it showed Donald Trump, the human being. They didn't talk all about politics. They talked about just regular stuff. He came off as just a regular guy. And I think Joe Rogan helped Donald Trump win the election. I really do.
Probably did. And I think she, Kamala was asked to be on Rogan's thing too, and I think she declined.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Like, she was on Howard Stern, like Howard Stern interviewed Biden. It was a decent interview, I thought, whatever. But Stern interviewed her, and it wasn't the same. You could already tell that she was just not. I don't know. She just didn't seem presidential, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, again, it comes back to she doesn't know how to present herself properly. At least not yet. And here's the funny thing. The most humanized I seen her be is in her concession speech the next day. When she gave that emotional concession speech and basically admitted defeat, she was more down to earth human in that speech than she was in her entire campaign with all this. And I was even sitting there in the moment watching it and thinking to myself, like, man, if you would have done this whole time, maybe people would have been more comfortable with you. And maybe if you would have actually talked about your policies a little bit more and what you were going to do and shit, maybe then more people would have felt comfortable. But, this election was huge. This was history making. I'm not sure if we'll ever see something like this in the rest of our lifetime, honestly. People turned on the Democrats in droves. Millions of people turned on the Democratic Party. And it wasn't a fluke. It like I said, it had good reasons for it, why people, and I just a while ago, I listed off all my opinions of why I think those reasons are, I don't know. I just think that, I think right now, like, the Donald Trump is more of a human, down to earth politician, now, and we're gonna see how he handles these next 4 years. He could fuck it all up. I'm fully admitting that is a possibility, but I don't think it's a probability. So,
I mean, I don't know if he did anything that. I mean, well, I don't know if he did anything that drastic from 2016 to 2020.
That's what I was just going to say. And that's what I've been asking all my friends that are far leftards. And they say, democracy is over and he's going to destroy everything and he's going to take away all of our rights. Did he do that from 2016 to 2020? No, he fucking didn't. In my opinion, the only terrible thing that he did and all of that is he didn't take COVID seriously like he fucking should have. Because I think he knew about COVID before it even hit this country. And I think he didn't think it was a big deal and he didn't do anything about it. That is my opinion. I think that he is to blame for the spread of COVID in this country. He could have done something to prevent it before it even happened, in my opinion. So yes, I think that he fucked up on that. And I don't know. Like, I struggle to come up with other big things that he did that, his 4 years, he did well for this country for the most part, in my opinion. And I don't know. Like, I don't think the same can be said for, 2020 through 2024 here this year. with Biden or Kamala or whoever is at the helm. Because do we even have a fucking president right now? Like, I don't think Biden's doing jack shit.
Yeah, I don't, it's weird. I don't think so. Like, I really think that he should have, like, stepped down, like, a long time before, he did. I don't even think he should have considered running for a second term based on, how old and just the condition and all that stuff that he was in. And you saw it. I mean, you literally saw things from this last term that were just like.
One of my favorite things that I seen from Biden was he was reading off a teleprompter in front of a crowd. And then the teleprompter basically told him that he was supposed to say, 4 more years. And then to get the crowd chant 4 more years. And instead he just reads it, 4 more years, pause. And then, and then the crowd starts chanting, 4 more years, 4 more. And he goes, oh yeah, 4 more years.
Yeah, I mean, if that's not a telltale sign that you're,
A tall tale sign, you mean?
Did I say tall?
You said
No, I thought it was a telltale.
A telltale.
Yeah, telltale.
That isn't a telltale sign. It's a tall tale sign.
I meant a telltale sign.
You're fucking retarded. No, but I agree. Like that, and that's the thing. Like they knew it. The Democrats knew it, and they waited too long to pull him out of there, or maybe it just took a really long time to talk him out of it. I don't know. Who fucking knows? But and let's talk about celebrity endorsements. My God, I hate that. I hate the idea of getting any celebrities or any entertainers to get into politics whatsoever, because come on now. Yeah. Entertainment is supposed to be our escape from politics and real serious stuff. Like, yes, right. I get it. There's little political references and little things here and there in our horror movies and our other entertainment. That's okay. But when you have a celebrity, an entertainer, an actor, any musician, anybody that comes flat out and endorses one candidate or the other, I just don't think that's good. Like I saw Donald Trump go on the Undertaker's podcast. And I was rooting for Trump this time around, not afraid to admit it. And I also have a lot of respect for the Undertaker. And I did watch his interview with Donald Trump. And it was funny because it turned into more of Donald Trump interviewing the Undertaker, because he's so, still all these decades later, he's still so fascinated with professional wrestling. So he was like kind of interviewing the Undertaker. It was kind of interesting. But and then a few days later, or around that time, maybe a day before, a day after, I can't remember, but both Kane and the Undertaker came out and officially endorsed Donald Trump. And while that gave me a little chuckle and a little smirk, at the same time, it's like, come on, you just alienated half of your fans. Right. We're all like depending on our entertainment world to keep us away from politics. But now you have all these people being offered millions of dollars, all these celebrities being offered all this money, and they're endorsing candidates one way or the other. And I don't like it. And I'd like to see what someone has to say about that. If anyone's listening and want to comment down below that, let us know what you think about celebrity endorsements of any candidate, because I personally don't think it's a good thing at all.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm surprised though, more than anything, isn't The Undertaker a WWE thing?
Yes, but WWE.
I thought you were against WWE properties.
Well, no. I just don't watch WWE product. Like, for an example, if someone, I don't have a problem with the human beings that make money in WWE. It's just I just don't want to watch WWE's product. So, I'll give you an example. Now that there's an actual wrestling competition in AEW, and yes, I get it. Before anyone wants to say it, AEW will never defeat WWE. Yes, I understand that. I agree with that. But they are legit the number 2 wrestling company right now. And my point is for these last 5 years, wrestlers have come and gone from one or the other company and gone to the other one. So, like say for an example, when WWE people leave that company and then go over to AEW, I'm not thinking like, well, fuck it, I want to watch her. WWE guy, fuck him. I want to watch him. I don't do that shit. I just like, hey, he's in AEW now. Let's see what they can do with him. And I'm also not going to sit here and say that AEW, can turn anything into gold either. Like anyone who's watching this who is a wrestling fan, they brought in Mercedes Moné, or however you want to pronounce her name. She was known as Sasha Banks in WWE. In WWE, she was a fucking gold mine in WWE. They had her character perfect. She was, they were scripting her properly. They were putting her in good scenarios. Like they were doing a great job with Sasha Banks in WWE. And now that she's Mercedes Moné in AEW, they're not doing good with her. They're dropping the ball with her. They don't yet know what to do with her. And I don't know if they'll ever figure it out, to be completely honest. If she's making good money, great for her. But I don't see it going anywhere like good. Like I was just talking to one of my friends about that just a couple of weeks ago that like, man, we used to really love watching Sasha Banks in WWE years upon years ago, but now in AEW, it's like, who is she? Like it's weird. So no, not every person that goes to AEW is better in AEW. It just depends. I don't know what it depends on even because I'm not there creating the product. I'm just a fucking cripple guy watching the product. But
is NWO still around?
You fucking retard. No. That shit went away in like the early 2000s. You fucktard. I got a serious question for y'all. Is the NWO still around? I'm gonna pretend I know what I'm talking about. You're You're a mess, dude. Your network is garbage. It's a no wonder I only come on and do these shows like maybe once every couple of months now. It's a waste of my fucking time. Make fucking Rabbit and Red great again. Put Vince back in charge and kick you the fuck out.
Look, I would love to put him back in charge, but I don't know where the hell he is.
Over there dealing with cancer or something. I think that man's wearing a toupee now. I don't think that's even his real hair on his head.
Oh, he's domesticated himself.
I think his woman has domesticated him. I think he doesn't want to admit it because he's very quick-witted and he's quick with the quips, and
yes.
he's wrapped around that woman's finger and probably for good reason. He's probably fucking her in the poop chute, before she goes to the bathroom in the morning. So he's so he's probably getting some good, anal wall action, and he's just wrapped around. Remember when I did that show with him? He's like, "Oh man, I love being a stepdad. I just love these children as they're my own. I just can't tell you how much I love being a hubby, a fiance, a stepdaddy. I love these kids, man. I'm glad I got me a family." That's nothing at all what Vince sounds like, but that's basically what he was saying. And the whole time he was saying, I was thinking like, yeah, right, motherfucker. Like, you're over there probably crying yourself to sleep every day.
Yeah, I don't see that being the life for him. I don't know.
I feel bad for anybody who gets themselves into that life. A fucking single mom with like 2 or 3 kids, no father around. Why the fuck do you think the father left? Because I guarantee you the woman didn't kick him out of her life. What woman kicks the father out of her life? She needs help. She's probably fat and unhealthy with a loose pussy and can't take care of her fucking 3 little interration half-nig burden babies. And she needs the father to stay around to take care of the little shit. And so you think she kicked him out? No, he left. And guys don't just leave for no, shut up, Mike. I'm talking now. These guys These guys just don't fucking leave for no old reason. They leave because they're sick and tired and fed up with the bullshit. Okay, you got something to say. You raising your hand. Go ahead.
Oh, I saw. Okay, stop with the pop. Okay, so what the fuck? Huh?
You can put
Okay.
your hand down. I'm gonna keep quiet.
No, it's lowering. No, it did that on its own. No, I saw pictures and like that's the I lost what I was gonna say. I had a whole fucking thought that went out of my mind with the fucking thing.
Raven Red Radio, ladies and gentlemen, where the producer forgets while he's going to fly. But no, I want to clarify. While you're gathering your retarded thoughts, I want to just clarify. I don't mean Vince and like personally, nothing to do with Vince. Nothing against him. But generally speaking, most guys who come into a situation like that, they're coming into a trap. Like their kids are not disciplined. These women's kids are not disciplined. There's something wrong with these women. Like, again, I ask you, why do you think the father left? Because he couldn't handle what was going on. So I feel bad for guys who come into that situation, hook up with a single mom and, play stepdad role. This is why I only want to stick my fucking crippled dick and to women who are 18 to 28, preferably women that have no burden babies, not too many trash-tastic tattoos, and that's what I prefer. And I don't want to get into serious relationships either. As soon as I bust my nut, like, bitch, get the fuck away from me. Go back to your interracial burden babies.
You're like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's right. I'm done. I want to get on to bigger and better things in my life. Get out.
I mean, see, I like that. That's, yeah, that's the, that's what I wanted to say. You said about a pussy being loose, but see, that's not necessarily true because pussies can tighten up again once the burden baby, as you call it, is born. The pussy then retightens after it comes out.
Here's the thing about that. Yes, there is that chance that it could, for the most part, snap back in place eventually.
Yes.
But no matter fucking what, that vagina is never, ever going to feel 100% the same after that kid is born. That is the truth. No matter how much women want to say, oh no, my pussy good, nigga. Like no matter how much shit like that. I don't know, what would the white woman say? Like, oh, you think my pussy loose? Bitch, go get yourself some other pussy then. Get the fuck out. I'm about to throw these dishes at you. You wash these dishes. I don't know what white women would say. But
well, see, now I want to try this because I need to try the theory and compare and contrast.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you tried both?
No, I haven't gotten me a black woman yet. If I did,
no, I'm not. Well, no, I'm not saying black woman. I'm saying, have you had one that has had a child, and then have you had one that has not had a child? So you can.
Yes,
feel the
absolutely.
difference.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of girls throughout the years I've had sex with, clear cut night and day difference between entering a pussy that hasn't given birth and entering a pussy that has given birth. Even if it is a C-section, it doesn't matter. It still ruins everything down there. And again,
really,
it does. Because it's all stretching out of, it's contorting and stretching out of place for the birth. And yes, everything,
you pull it out of the stomach. It doesn't come out of the
it doesn't. No, but it's not that far up to the. It's not that far up the stomach. It's still below, kind of below that waistline, like close to the vagina. Like, look it up if you want to look it up, because you don't know what you're fucking talking about. But no, it's not all the way up like by the belly button. It's lower.
That's what I thought it is, because I see them cut, and then you see them like cut the thing and pull it out, and it's like
well, maybe maybe different women are different, but like some of the women I've talked to, they said that their C-sections was lower. So maybe they could be they were trolling me. I don't. That could be possible, but I believed it. But no, like maybe a C-section is more of a higher chance of the pussy not getting ruined. Maybe, but then again, you still have a woman whose body is ruined. Her stomach looked like she barely escaped Freddy Krueger. Like again, and I ask you, if you had an 18-year-old girl who is ready to fucking go, and let's be honest, let's be realistic, 18 is legal. Don't even fucking give me shit about how it's wrong. It's wrong. No, 18 is legal.
It's legal. Yes.
If it's consensual and if it's over 18, it's legal. So if you knew, and let's just say for argument's sake, let's just say we're all going to keep it on the down low because we're all so worried about our reputation and what people would think. So let's say if you had a hot little 18-year-old girl that was ready to go, didn't have no kids, and you had let's just say a good, decent-looking 28-year-old that had, 1 or 2 kids and her body's all out of shape. They both wanted to go and they both promised you that they would keep it to themselves. No one would ever find out. 9 times out of 10, most men is going to choose to fuck that hot 18-year-old. Like, now, if we're talking about other things, like, who's better at sucking dick and all that, yes, of course, an older woman's going to know how to suck dick better. But if we're talking about a girl just spread eagle, lay down on her back and say, you want to pound this? Yes, most men, no matter if they want to admit it or not, they're going to pound that 18-year-old pussy first, and then maybe go pound the 28-year-old pussy. But they're going to.
Well, I was going to say, can I do both?
Yeah, I was just going to say, there's no rule against that. You can do both. But if you're going to do both, you're going to want that 18-year-old pussy first. I can almost.
Well, then I would compare it that way. Yes. So as for experiment's sake, I would do the 18 first and then go to the 28.
Yeah.
Report my findings.
Oh God, I just thought, could you imagine? Oh no, I'm not gonna say that out loud. I'll tweak it a little bit. Could you imagine if it was like stepmom and stepdaughter, and they were both like, "Which one of us you want to try first, big guy?" That type of shit. Let's keep it in the family.
I mean, could you imagine getting the mother and the 2 of them pregnant? Wow.
Oh. Well, I mean, in my scenario, you would be smart enough to fucking pull out.
Yeah, well, but okay, so but in your case, you can't really pull out. Like, you'd have to just roll over, and they could just roll off of you. Have you ever thrown a woman off of you?
I'm not talking about my specific scenario, my specific.
Oh.
No, generally, general men, general women, any older guy, if he knew, that's my whole point. Any older guy, if he knew, hypothetically, we'll just say hypothetically, because for most guys, listen, it's not going to happen for them. But spoiler alert, it did happen for me a couple of years ago. I did know an 18-year-old. She let me fuck her. There was no stink on that pussy. She had no trash-tastic tattoos, no burner babies. It was good. I busted my fucking baby gravy all over them 18-year-old titties. She wasn't even graduated yet, but she was 18, and that was all that matters. But no, so generally speaking, I know people don't like to admit it. I know it because that's not the popular cool thing to admit. It's something more so I got to keep this on the down low because reputation. Oh, but still, it's not illegal unless she lied and said that you raped her, which, an 18-year-old, you never know. That's the scary thing. You never know with girls that are 18, 19, all the way to 23 or so. You just don't know. They could say anything. So I guess that would be a factor. That would be a factor also why someone maybe would say, no, that this could be too much trouble. I really don't want it. But if you take all that out and you just have that moment where you walk into, say if you're at a party, you walk into the wrong room and there's an 18-year-old girl, and you have to know for a fact she's over 18 because I don't condone anything younger than that. But if you knew she was 18 and she was just there naked and she's like, come on, you want this? Yes, you're gonna. And what guy is gonna say no? No, I'm old enough to be your daddy. I can't do that. I'm old enough to be your uncle. I can't do that. No. You're gonna think with that fucking schlong of yours, and you're gonna take that 18-year-old puss, and then afterwards you're gonna be all like, bitch, don't fucking tell anyone about this. You understand that? I'll fucking kill you. You tell anyone about this. You understand me? I'll fuck you up. You tell anyone about it. You won't live to see 21. You won't ever be able to drink legally if you fucking tell anyone, bitch. Don't fucking tell anyone. That's what most men will do. Like, they'll bust their nut, then they'll come to their senses and just realize, like, holy shit, I fucked an 18-year-old girl. Amazing, but I can't let my wife know about this.
Well, no, definitely not your wife. I mean, holy shit, that would be a no at that point.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, but yeah, no. Like, cause I over the years I've known so many guys that if we're in a room full of people talking about it, any guy's gonna be like, no, man. If I'm in my 30s, like, that's too young for me, man. You know, but then I'll ask them the same question, and when it's just me and him, like, you know, around, and they're all like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now? Fuck yeah, I would. Fuck yeah, I would. You fucking kidding me?" So yeah, I do. I true. And you're always gonna have the occasional weirdo to be like, nah, I like older women. Whatever. You're an in-the-closet faggot if you only like older women. Like, seriously. Like, just go get some of that young pussy, because for not much longer you're gonna be able to get young pussy. Pretty soon you're only gonna have the option of older pussy. And then when you have that option taken away from you, you're gonna wish you had listened to me tonight. You're gonna wish you listened to me.
Now, we've kind of gone off topic, but this is interesting to me. So these younger, girls, women, whatever that you feel like, do you feel that there are like in reality women that actually would proposition, like, that actually like want older men, that crave older men for some reason whatsoever?
Yes, there's absolutely scenarios like that. It's usually due to money. Like, if there was an 18 to 23-year-old that knew a guy in his like 40s or 50s, and if he had a shit ton of money, hell yeah, she would want to be his sugar baby. She wouldn't want to be in a full-on relationship. And that's the thing too. Let me specify that. I have, and I would again, fuck an 18, 19-year-old girl, but would I date a 19, 18-year-old girl? No, I wouldn't, because, that's, life experiences are different. Maturity levels are different. I don't think it would work. So no, I wouldn't suggest older guys date younger women that young, but get your dick wet. Get your fucking dick wet. Just get it wet. Because you ain't going to feel walls like that ever again outside of that one opportunity that you get. Take the opportunity if you get it. I don't care if it has a little bit of stank to it. Just take it. Just take it. But, there's women out there that are older that like younger men. That's a thing too. Women in their 30s or 40s that for some reason like guys in their early 20s, probably because of the stamina. Bigger dicks, the stamina, keep up, I don't know. I really don't know. But all of that, anything that's consensual between two adults, I don't think it's anybody else's business. Everyone can have an opinion, but just don't get in the business. Don't try to stop anything from happening. You know what I mean? That's all it is. 18's legal as of this recording, because you never know what they could change in the future. But and if they ever do change it and it becomes 21 instead of 18 being a legal adult, then fine, fuck it. We'll all have to just go along with that, because it's not worth getting into legal trouble over. But no, 18's always been legal. You can watch 18-year-olds in porn. 18-year-olds go off and join the military and get themselves killed. Like, I don't hear anybody bitching about that. Oh, you're 18, you should not go off to the military. You're going to get yourself killed. Like, no, I got to put a stop to that. You don't know what you're doing. You're just a child. No one says that shit. Everyone's just kind of, you know what I mean? But so shit like that, shit like, oh, you want to drive? 18-year-olds could kill someone on the road if they're not careful, just like anybody could. You know what I mean? No one complains about it like that. But when it comes to, 18-year-old girl wants to hook up with an older guy, then everyone's like, no, that's fucked up. He's a creep. Don't do that. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Let it fucking happen. Leave those two adults alone. Make America perverted again. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's
MAPA.
Yeah. That's what I wish Donald Trump would have ran on. Make America perverted again.
That'd be different.
Grab him by the pussy all over again. That's what I say.
Yeah,
but,
that would be something.
Yeah, you're right. We got really off topic here. No, I just I remember when we 10, 15 years ago, people could talk about what they believe in and what their political positions were and all that. No one really was ready to sever friendships over it. No one was ready to call each other names or make enemies out of one another for politics or anything like that. And I don't know. I wish we could get back to a time period. That's why I openly admitted to my friends, I don't consider myself on the right. I don't consider myself a conservative or anything like that. This time around, I prefer Trump to win. All the reasons I listed a half an hour ago. You know what I mean? And that's the majority of the country wanted as well. And that's how I think it is.
Yeah, we're gonna come out in what the fuck is it, 2028, and I think we're still gonna be okay.
Yeah,
we'll still be okay.
And it'll be interesting to see what our opinions would be in 2028. Like I said, I could always go back on all this, because my mind changes on all this shit every so often. It just depends on how insane things are getting in this country. Like I said earlier, I don't think I would have given the time of day to what the right has to say about anything had it not been for how outlandish the far left and the Democrats have gotten with the trannyverse. And some people think it's okay for underage minors to get drugs into their system or possible surgery. No, none of that shit's okay. Anybody with a fucking brain between their ears knows that that's not okay. Now I do have a couple of friends that thinks that is okay. I think they're in the wrong, but I wouldn't unfriend them over it. I just think that they're misinformed, and I think that they're a little brainwashed. People think that shit. No, because these are also the same people who rightfully would say, well, I wouldn't let my 16-year-old daughter hook up with an adult. And yeah, you shouldn't, for obvious reasons. So, but if you wouldn't let your daughter hook up, you wouldn't let your 16-year-old daughter hook up with a guy in his 20s or 30s, rightfully so. But the big reason is because she doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't understand that it could cause emotional trauma. He's using her, blah, 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 grooming, all that shit. So you wouldn't let that happen. But some of these people who say they wouldn't let that happen is also some of the ones that would say, yeah, but, my kid, if they know what they want to be gender-wise at 12 or 13, so I might as well let them. No, bitch, you shouldn't. I don't get it. So, yeah, I think, I hope that these next 4 years, I hope that Donald Trump evens things out and brings everything back down to common sense ground level. And he's got to take the trannies out of sports, out of women's sports. He's got to mass deport, all the illegals. And hopefully he is not going to fuck up anything. Hopefully. Is it possible? Yes, but like I said earlier in the night, I don't think it's that the bad stuff is going to happen. I think in 2028 it's going to come around, and I can't wait to hear what all my far left friends say, because I'm going to ask them so whatever happened to Project 2025? What happened to him destroying Social Security and welfare, food stamps, Medicaid, all that? What happened to him doing all that? What you got to say about it? I can't wait to hear what they have to say, in 2028. Like, they'll make up some sort of excuse why he wasn't able to, or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, and he's already, apparently, from what I've heard from him, he's already denounced 2020, that Project 2025 shit. So,
yeah, I mean,
like,
of course he's going to denounce it, though. Like, so I can't
well,
really
yeah.
say I can't really say I take that to heart, because of course he's got to say the popular things. Like,
Well, yeah.
the abortion topic is another one. A long time
Mhm.
ago, he always said that he was against abortion. And then when he realized that was working against him, then he was like, well, we're going to throw it back to the states. We're going to
Mhm.
overturn Roe v. Wade, and we're going to throw it back to the states. That's the way the people want it. So like that he changed his tune on all that. And
Yeah.
like, I'm not saying I trust him. He's a liar.
Yeah.
No, I don't really care if he's denouncing 2025 or Project 2025. All I care about is seeing throughout these next few years that he doesn't do anything outlandish like that. That's all that's really going to matter. It's not going to matter what he says he is going to do or not going to do.
Right.
So, but yeah, on that note, I'm fucking done talking about it. Do you want to kill any more time? Is that a good show?
No, that's a good.
Was that a good show,
That's
Captain?
a good show.
Captain!
That's a good show. that's a good show. We have to figure out the schedule with you and Vince to get the controversial conversations thing going again with you guys.
Yeah.
I think that would be really good.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. We got to get him to shave his head completely bald and make him. I wonder if he would like cosplay as a Kamala supporter.
I've been wanting him to shave his head for years, because I shaved my head because he told me back years ago. He said, you're going to end up with, if you don't shave your head, you're going to end up with the horseshoe in your head, because with the bald. And I'm like, if I let it grow in enough, sure enough, you can see the horseshoe on my fucking head with the baldness. That's why I just shave it now.
I thought it was great in that intro video. He said, "Oh, you got Michael J. He's looked like he's 45 years old for the last 10, 12, 15 years. Now he finally fits his age," or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. He's right, too. You've always looked like you were 45.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. I hate it. But,
Maybe you should get a toupee.
No, that I wouldn't look right with a toupee. I don't think.
Well, that'd be the whole point. It'd be funny.
Oh, I should just get one for a joke then. I'll do that.
Yeah. That was what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
But of course, you're a fucking retard and you didn't know it. So.
Yeah. I see it. Yeah.
But, ladies and gentlemen, that was our show. Let us know what you think. Was it underwhelming? Was it overwhelming? Did I take it too far? Did I? Thanks a lot for not calling in. I hate all of you for not calling in and being a part of the show.
Well, we did start later this time, so there might,
I don't care. Fuck everyone who didn't call in. Fuck all of y'all. I don't like any of you people. I hate you. But no, go ahead and comment down below on this video. Is this going up on YouTube or just Rumble?
Yeah. No, it's Rumble, YouTube, Facebook.
Okay.
It's all over.
Okay, it's all over. It's all over your face.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Comment down below. Let us know what you think. I won't read your comments, but Mike will let me know what you say because he watches over all of it. Because nothing more important to him than RabbitRedRadio.com. Mike, do you have anything coming up? You want to plug anything other than your own butthole?
There's another Rabbit and Red Thursday, and I think that's
it.
About it.
That's about it. What a great schedule, guys. But no,
well, there's the music stuff, but
yeah, and like Mike said, we are going to try our best to figure out the controversial conversation situation. It's a show that because did we even explain this? It's a show that me and
No, I
someone
don't
else.
think we did.
No, it's a
Oh,
controversial.
I talked to Rhodes about it, by the way,
Oh, okay,
because
don't
Vince
yeah.
wanted.
Shut
Oh,
your
okay.
cocksucker. Yeah, shut your cocksucker. Let me explain to our audience of 2 people what controversial
Yes.
conversation is. Controversial Conversations was a show that me and John Rhodes did 1 episode of all the way back in was it 2019, 2020? I can't even remember. And we did 1 episode. I thought it was fun. John, for some unknown reason, didn't want to continue on. I think it's because his wife yelled at him and put him in the doghouse for whatever reasons, for whatever we were saying in it. John's another one that has that he's wrapped around his wife's finger, and I can't for the life of me understand it. Probably both John and Vince probably contemplate suicide for all I know, but don't do it, guys. We're here for you. But anyway,
Exactly.
well, yeah, we did 1 episode of Controversial Conversations. It was great. And then all these years later, we did that episode with Vince, which I don't even remember what the fuck that was. Was that a hot seat episode?
Yeah, that was
so
a hot seat episode.
Yeah, we did that hot seat episode with Vince. It went over pretty well. Both me and Vince enjoyed it. I think a few people who watched it enjoyed it too, I think. So now we have this idea of possibly bringing back a new version of Controversial Conversations starring me and Vince. I don't know if it'll be a monthly show, bi-monthly. I'm not positive about that yet. But we have to figure out the day and the time situation when me and him are available and that type of thing. So possibly coming soon or possibly never at all, a new version of Controversial Conversations. We'll see what happens.
Well, I was going to say, because I talked to, because Vince was like, I would really like to have John be involved too. And I think I told you this, maybe, I don't know, but Vince told me, he's like, I would like to have John be involved too. So, of course, I reached out to Rhodes and I was like, Vince and Cody are going to like bring back like Controversial Conversations, and Vince kind of wants you involved. And he's like, no, I'm okay.
No, my
That's
wife
more
already told
Vince's
me to go.
thing. He's like, that's more Vince's thing. It's good that Vince is doing it. Vince and Cody will be perfect. He said it's more like Vince's wheelhouse. It'll work better for
I'm
it'll
telling
work
you,
better, I think.
he doesn't want to do it anymore because he doesn't want the blowback on the things that he would be saying on the show. And people know I can get John, I can get Vince and people to say the dumbest shit on a show with me because I'm saying the dumbest shit. And John he's not gutsy enough to handle that controversy, I guess.
Dude, the movie Misfits episodes that you guys did, I have them playing on the Rabbit and Red Station, and they'll pop up sometimes throughout the day. And I'll if I'm flipping through, I'll stop and I'll listen to it. And you're just fucking hilarious at, I don't know, it seems like you have the great gift of making people feel awkward in some way, and I love it.
That's my shtick. But no, because that was John's idea to censor it. Because like all those episodes, in almost every episode, I said something that he had to bleep out or put a noise over or something. He didn't want me to say anything over the top, socially unacceptable on there, and whatever. Like, it was his show, and he let me say whatever the fuck I want. He just censored me a couple of times here and there. I remember he told me, he said, because we had Jason on the show, and I still don't know to this day what the fuck Jason even is. Is he gay? Is he straight? Is he bi? Does he think he's a woman? And I remember John said, well, just try your hardest to not say the word faggot too much because Jason won't like that. And I was like, all right, no faggot. I got it. Jason won't like it. He'll probably cry or something. I don't know. But I think I even still did once in a great while. But no, that was my one. That was the one thing he asked. Don't make Jason uncomfortable and all that. And then it turned out we only did 5-6 episodes together. So what the fuck did it do?
It was 6.
6, yeah.
Yeah, it was 6, and then you were done.
It was getting fun too. Like, we were all having fun.
Yeah.
It was well formatted. John did a great job on editing out my stuttering and word fumbles and all that shit. He did a great job on that. And then he always complained about it. He's like, "Oh, Cody, you don't know how much you stumble on your words and blah blah blah." And it's like, dude, shut the fuck
I
up.
would have just left it in. Just leave it in. It's fun.
I don't think anything just upload it as is. Like, we don't need to censor anything. We don't need to, just like Vince said in the beginning, in that beginning intro, we got maybe 15 to 30 people who are paying attention to us. Tops.
Yeah.
Our circle jerk crew. That's all we got right now. Why? I don't need to censor myself. We start getting popular, then we'll worry about it.
There are more on, I will say, there are more on Facebook. There are more on every other platform aside from YouTube that watch us. It's just YouTube, for whatever reason, since I got that other channel taken down, YouTube doesn't like us or doesn't like me. I don't know, because, yeah. YouTube viewership sucks, but everything else is fairly decent.
God, you remember the good old days when we had like the Toxic Horror Show and, you know, that whatever that other show was that was getting like a couple of hundred views, and then we, you know, kicked all those people off our network, and look where our network is now. Yay.
Well, I wouldn't say I kicked all those people off. They decided to leave. So what am I going to do? I can't hold them here.
That's yeah, okay, yeah. That's a whole can of worms I don't want to open up on tonight's episode, even though I teased it. But yeah, all right, that was our show. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, comment down below if you want to have a political discussion or just any discussion. Say whatever you want. We're not going to language police you. You don't language police me, right? I won't language police you. Say whatever the fuck you want, and that's it. And Mike, go fuck yourself, and I'll go fuck off, and that's an episode. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.